Hello, 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 Facebook, YouTube. Woo! Here's the thing. Man, wow, God, chosen me to, minister the word of God, and it's like you want to present something spiritual concept to natural people that are, struggling with their carnal mind and their carnal thinking, and it's just aggravating, kind of, it's kind of aggravating for me, because it's an aggravating passion that I want to convey something to you to wake try to wake the spirit that is in you up, to wake up. The world got everybody asleep, and relying on their, flesh to try to live each every day. But I'm trying to wake your spirit up, to help you see what you need to see that is beyond you, and wow, how blind people are is amazing. It's amazing to what extent. I know there are a lot of people blind spiritually, but to the extent, wow, it's amazing how so far that we are from the reality of God, of spiritual stuff, of heaven, But look, I'm finna talk about this, and I need your imagination. I need your imagination to start working, more stretching, because you know that when you operate in the world and the system, what you don't know going on, when you think of thoughts of the earth, your imagination shrinks. Yeah, it shrinks. That you don't know what's going on when you start believing the reality of the things of the earth. Your imagination begins to shrink, and you do not think beyond you. You don't think beyond the things of heaven, and that's what you don't understand. See, and that's what Paul talks about. Casting down imaginations. Pulling down strongholds that is hindering you to focus on everything that's going on the earth, everything that's going on in the world. Your mind is on that more. That when we talk about heaven, your mind is your thoughts are hindered to not to stretch that far. And you don't realize, like I say, heaven. You trying to think, no, you can't, because your thoughts are on earth, and when it's earth, it keeps shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and it doesn't expand as much as it need to do to try to get heaven inside there. And that's what the carnal mind is all about, maintaining the earthly ideas up in your mind that will not help hinder you, to think about the things of earth, and it's a struggle, for many people, but that's why I'm here to help you stretch your mind, imagination, in the things of God, to stretch them. Because look, here's the thing, I can list you the four, the kingdom of darkness, Satan, kingdom of darkness, it's four sets of people. It's the principalities, the powers, the rulers of darkness in this world, and the spiritual wickedness in high places. I mean, like I tell people so busy wrestling with flesh and blood, they probably can't even identify who their enemy is. They don't know to what extent their enemy is, who they are and what can you do about them, And really, I tell people the book of Enoch will tell you who identify your enemies that, have been putting you in a position of sin, in your life. It will identify the people that, you know, that are trying to destroy you. These enemies are trying to destroy you. You know, they're trying to make sure that you go to the wrong direction, the wrong place. Hell, they're real. These enemies are real. But your carnal mind is too, you know, balled up in this earth system that you keep wrestling in flesh. You think your brother, you know, you think human beings are your enemy. No, they're not your enemy. The enemy is using them to get to you. I mean, you look like a fool. I mean, arguing with, you know, flesh. You do. People don't realize that they are a fool when they think their enemy is somebody else. You know, no, these principalities and powers and rulers of darkness and spiritual wickedness high places are using these guys to manipulate them to harm you. It's just that simple. But you won't know who your enemy is. You will sit here and keep fighting your brother, keep fighting your sister, keep fighting the flesh, keep wrestling with flesh, keep arguing with people, keep doing all this negative stuff, and you're being stupid. You don't realize you're being stupid. You know, you don't realize it, but because everybody else is doing it, it follows, you know, some people are being stupid because that is not really your enemy. These powers have the ability, these principalities and powers and rulers of darkness and spiritual wickedness high places have the ability, because we're born in sin, the reality of we're born in sin, they have the ability, that is a control mechanism inside of us to cause us to do bad things. You know, bad things to make us continue trying to do bad things. And it's just, you know, oh boy, you know, I just, you know, it's just wow, you know. It's amazing what Satan has got your mind at, you know, and how your mind focus, and you don't even know, you truly don't really know what you're up against. You don't truly know who is enslaving you. Who is enslaving you, you know, because you don't understand that you're in slavery. I mean, people don't understand that. They just think, oh, I'm in control of my life. No, you're enslaved by the kingdom of darkness, you know, and you're not really seeing to what extent of slavery you're in. You know, you're enslaved, like, watch this, you're enslaved of not fulfilling the purpose that you were created for. You're created to be in the image, in the likeness of God. That's what you were created for. Period. Genesis 1:26. But the system is enslaving you, you know what I'm saying, to be in the system is enslaving you to not be in his image, to be in a dark image, and really in the image and likeness of Satan. But, you know, you're not trying to see that. You're not trying to see that you're high-minded. You're trying to see that you know, want to rule over things. You're not trying to see that you're rebellious. You're not trying to see that you're wicked. You're not trying to see, you know, that, you know, you're following the image and the likeness of Satan. You know, he got you thinking, oh, you being you. No, you're following the image and likeness of him, you know, and rebelling against, you know, God and your creator and Jesus Christ that's trying to save you from the darkness of this world, you know. And it's sad that people are not seeing it. It's sad how the church is presenting the reality of the spiritual reality. They're not trying to present what's really going on. I mean, look, I'm going to make it my business and agenda to get somebody to make a movie of the Watchers. You know what I'm saying? That you will understand the book of Enoch. I want to try to make the book of Enoch a movie so people can find out who are their real enemies. See, and the thing is, but the opposite side, Satan's side, is, you know, they're putting out these movies to make you believe all this other stuff that, you know, that is going, of course, contrary to the Word of God, and, you know, or, you know, trying to make you think that being in darkness is better than being in the light, you know, and trying to distract you from not, you know, understanding the true, overall truth of what's going on concerning, you know, the kingdom of light and the kingdom of darkness. It's just it's crazy how people don't really realize to what magnitude of where we're at in spiritual warfare. I guarantee you, I hopefully that if you see this movie concerning, you know, the book of Enoch, the Watchers, that you will fight your spiritual warfare with a little uncertain, you know, so you will be like, whoa, I didn't know that was going on. I didn't know these was my enemies. I didn't know they had the capability of doing this. I didn't know that, you know, that this war, that I into a war, and this war is very serious, you know. I mean, it's just people are just not taking something serious. But guess what? Like I keep telling you, this war that we're fighting is a universal war. And this universe is about the universe. I'm trying to tell you, they know it's about the universe. Of course, when you see what's going on in the world, you see they say universal, 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 and find out what Catholic means. Universal, you know, and, you know, wrong man, universal. But the thing is, you need to understand that you are who you see, and that's what Satan, the worst thing that you can do. That's why you need to understand you're made in the image and the likeness of God. Because if something, because God is great, that means greatness inside you. And if greatness is inside you, it's supposed to be inside you. It's supposed to be there for an important reason. You know, and more important than this natural world. You know, that you need to realize, that you need to come to understand that, you know, it's just that important. And to be made in the image and the likeness of God is what is necessary for something to happen. That you will, you know, fight you will fight more. You know, you will take it up another notch more to try to, you know, learn the Word of God, fast and pray, do the things of God to become made in the image and likeness of God. You know, you take on your cross. You know what I'm saying? You will do more. You know, you'll have a desire of insurgency to become, you know, to put on the whole armor of God. Because you don't know, wow. I mean, you don't really understand what Paul is really saying about this armor of God. This armor of God is very important. I mean, I discover how important this armor of God is. And, you know, and people don't realize how important it is. But I'm trying to get y'all to understand and get your imaginations correct. You know, get your imaginations on heaven. That, yes, there are principalities. I mean, I read Ephesians. Ephesians really shows you 1 through 6, shows you that reality, that if you put your imagination on Ephesians, read it with a better imagination, you know, that you will see and behold what, you know, Paul is saying about the spiritual warfare, about the principalities and powers, you know, because it's really serious, it's really real, it's really intense, you know. Good versus evil, you know, light versus darkness. You need to choose the right side to, you know, you're going to choose a side. But, you know, you need to go to of course, the side is right. That's going to make you a better person. You know what I'm saying? That's going to fulfill your destiny instead of take you away from your destiny. But understand that, because that's what sin is all about doing, is taking away from you being who you really are. And I hope you come to that understanding and fight on the light side and get out of the dark side. All right. I hope you got the message. I hope this span your imagination the right way and not hinder it. To not think beyond and stop thinking, you know, carnally in fear, you know, where you at right now. All right. To God be the glory, to Him forever, ever. In Jesus' name. Amen.